Hello guys, welcome back to our sunny city Skylines region of Coniferia. If you're new to the channel, you are of course very welcome on board. I'll give a super quick tour of what we're building. This is our sunny coastal region and this is what we've got so far. We've got the sunny tourism and industry based and service based city of Pine Harbor right here, which is of course the dominating city in the region currently. You can take a little look at downtown. It's a real bustling city by now. Population hovers around 9,000 inhabitants with the realistic population mod. And it's looking quite nice, I think. Oh man, I'm so happy about this underground parking we did. This is a theater and arts complex we built a couple of episodes back based on votes from you guys on the community page. So that's Pine Harbor. If we move further north, we've got the ever-growing town of Tagfield. Tagfield probably can't be considered a fully-fledged city just yet, but in a few recent episodes, we've really been expanding it quite a bit. We've been adding lots of apartment complexes and really diverse special areas. I really like how this medium/high density apartment complex turned out, but I also think the low density suburban-ish area here is really nice. So that was Tagfield, and to round up the three current urban establishments, we're finishing up with the smallest one. This is Danton, which is basically just a super sleepy suburb of Pine Harbor. But I guess the most important and at least most exciting aspect right now is the fact that we're working on this brand new city we're building on this island. And the idea is that it's a city that will rival and perhaps even surpass the dominance of Pine Harbor in this region. At least it's the political hub because it has the state capital of the Coniferia region. So that's a nice start. So to just recap a bit from the previous episode, we built this initial downtown layout, which I think turned out really well. We've got this main arterial, this big avenue that sort of cuts through the heart of downtown. And it's gonna be like the prime road of the city, the initial one that was built at first about 250 years ago. We also got a central train station here, which is it's a modular train station from the Steam Workshop by Bad Peanut, which means that we can always expand it with additional terminals, not terminals, additional what's this called? Additional lines if we want. Sorry. And we've got this great connection to the highway, which crosses this body of water with this really nice bridge. And yeah, we made this train bridge as well, which is super bulky, but I think it looks kind of awesome as well. So in this episode, we can kind of reflect on what we've done so far and continue planning and expanding. And it's mostly going to be the infrastructure that we're going to continue working up at the beginning of this episode. So with a new episode, I've had some time to think about the layout, stuff I like, stuff I don't like, and of course, as I said in the first episode of this particular city, we can always redo stuff as we go along, and I always encourage community interaction. So if you got any comments at all, suggesting something, or just how you feel about the current development of this city, please let me know in the comments. I always strive to read every single comment and react to as many as I can. So feel free. So anyways, a little round up of what we've been building. Something that I think we're gonna start out with changing in this episode is this connection here. I think that from a realistic point of view, it's a little odd that the train station is at a bit of an offset to the primary road that cuts through downtown. Because 250 years ago, this would have been a pretty simple, basic dirt road, but it would still have been the main road of the city. And I think that whenever rail was introduced more than 100 years ago, they would have aligned the tracks and the initial train station rather close to this main road. So this is just a bit of an awkward design, I think. Now, in realistic fashion, I'm not gonna change the train station or the railways because they were placed first. I mean, I could and just change the narrative, but whatever. What we're gonna do instead is we're actually gonna change this avenue so that it kind of runs alongside the train station instead of at an off angle. And then it's gonna be a departure from the highway as an actual interchange, and not just the highway converting into the avenue. Because my plan is that we're gonna grab this highway network and we're actually gonna cut through the northern part. Wait, that's wrong. Let me just orient myself here. So this is south, east, west, north. Okay, so the southwestern part of downtown. We're gonna grab the highway, we're gonna cut through the southwestern part of downtown, and I think we're gonna make it sunken. I think that could look really cool. Would that be realistic with the steep hills we're starting to see here? No idea. But sometimes, as you guys know, we sacrifice realism for coolness on this channel. It happens. It does happen. So I think that's the plan. Yeah, let's just get going. So what I'm gonna do first up is I'm going to delete these roads at first, and the reason I'll do that is that instead of deleting this whole thing, I'm just gonna start by using move it to move the whole thing down here, and that'll sort of give me a rough idea of how I would like some off and on ramps from the highway to connect to the main avenue. So let's just start by doing that. I think initially we can delete this connection though, because we are certainly not gonna need that. Actually, scratch that. It's probably easier to just delete this whole thing and then we'll align it with all these collector roads, sorry, afterwards. So we're just gonna. Yeah, this is perfect. So luckily there was another road here before, which the train station was pretty much perfectly aligned to. So that makes the job a little easier for us. Cool. And we're gonna just grab our where is it? Our forest brush, and we're just gonna remove the foresty bits here. Now, if you're always sad to see trees being demolished, I know I am. Don't worry, we've got millions of them in the region. I think the name Coniferia that we decided here on the channel is actually really fitting because we've got so many conifers in this region, and so much greenery and sort of untamed nature, really. That's whoa. Alright, so what I'd like to do is make the connection here so that we've got an off ramp from somewhere around this part of the highway that leads under it and connects here, and we've got an on ramp as well. I think that's gonna look really cool. Let's get going. can grab our node controller here, and then if we hold down shift and click this corner and click this corner, you see it aligned. Alright, now I already think this looks much better. And what I would actually like to do, I'm just gonna test it. It's gonna be tricky. But I'd like to see if we can increase the complexity of this intersection even further. By having an additional road here. Let's see if we do like this. Drag this back ever so slightly and maybe just increase the overall offset. Yeah, we got a bit of an issue because this node is so close. But I think if we play our hand right and just move this ever so slightly, we can make this work. We can actually make this work, I think. It's a bit of a weird idea, I know. I just thought it could be kind of cool. So that when you come from the city, you can choose to pass straight through here actually. And then just oh, sorry. Little camera issues there. You can just continue and go underneath the bridge, and you'll end up in some, I guess, low density residential communities out here. Alright, let's just take a little look before we move on. Oh man, I think this looks so cool. It's probably not perfect from a realism standpoint. Highways, yeah, not my I don't have the greatest skill set in that regard, but I think this looks really cool. This is a much cooler initial on and off ramp. So I'm really happy we got that done instead of just having the highway kind of end up here. And I'm also really liking this design change as well, where we now have this main avenue running alongside the train station. That is so cool. And we're gonna be cheeky here and see if we can just align this bad boy ever so slightly to make it a little more parallel, make it perfectly parallel. Trying to be careful here. It's always a little finicky when you're handling a big train station, but I think that worked out quite nice. And of course we're also gonna have to adjust here. Just adjust ever so slightly. Perfect. I think that's a great change, and it kind of means that parts of the railway actually sort of sunken due to the hilly nature of the surrounding areas. And I don't think that's all that realistic because I don't think you dig into this small hill to build the railway. But it could be on a ridge, so by the end of a hill. So What I mean by that is that if we just adjust this down, I know it looks a little wonky now. It will be worth it in the end. If we adjust this down, and we make sure the sloping is looking proper. So we do like this, and we do the same over here. Grab this to this. Oh, we can't. Why so? We can. Just have to pick a few more, it seems. Like so. Then it looks like there's a bit of a ridge here, so that they originally built the railway network alongside this ridge, but they didn't really have to dig much because this part was lower. I think that makes probably a little more sense from a planning perspective. So what we're gonna do is yeah, misclicked to say the least. What is going on here? I set the terrain height here. Wow, that's a weird bug. Look, it works over here. It adjusts to the terrain height that I'm right clicking to set, but no, not there. Okay, we'll see if we can adjust our way out of it like this. Okay. Got a little scared there for a second. It's never great when the terrain really starts acting up. Could lead to some sort of weird crash or yeah. Next up, we're gonna run the highway through this southwestern part of the downtown, and it's gonna run just about where this road is currently. And as I said, we're gonna try and make it sunken, which I think is gonna be really fun. I think first up, let's just try and connect this up, and we'll see if we can actually get the highway beneath that piece of road. So beneath this. It's definitely gonna be a bit of a challenge, but I mean, it's also gonna be fun, right? So yeah, let's just get going, and we'll see how it looks in 10 minutes or so, and whether we'll need to make some major changes. So let's just see if we can adjust this to the heights we want. And we'll just start out by sinking it into the ground and seeing if we can have a one-size-fits-all height level. We can't. That's for sure, because it doesn't have to be nearly as low over here. But maybe it just should, because otherwise we're gonna have a bit of an issue, I guess, over here. If we wanted to go beneath here, we could be really cheeky and have it go above. Oh, that would be so cool. But then it's not really it's not a big stretch of sunken highway, and I mean, the sunken part is also part of the coolness, you know what I'm saying? So it's a little tricky to see just how we best achieve this actually. I think we're gonna raise this part, and we're gonna try and follow the terrain. That adds a sense of realism to how we are building stuff as well. And then we're gonna raise this part, and it's actually gonna be elevated. So we're going above this road. I mean, this could be cool as well, I suppose. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna align some sloping. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna grab this. No, wait, yeah, we're just gonna align between these to make sure they're even and nice looking. And then it would be nice if it goes above this, but below there. But we'll see if it's just too steep. I think that's fine, actually. I think that's fine. Oh, this is gonna be pretty cool, huh? This is gonna be pretty cool, I think. And over here it's sort of raised actually, but then maybe it cuts through again. We're gonna select our parallel roads tool to create the other part of the highway. And if we hit tab, we can change, as you guys can see. And it should be fairly easy to just drag this through and make a perfect copy. There you go. Very nice. So there's a bit of an oddity here. I think there's something wrong. This is a little too elevated, basically. There you go. Very nice. And I mean, if the region didn't choose to put a light here, everything would be perfect. But alas, they did. We'll fix that later. It's a minor detail. Wow, this looks pretty cool. This is gonna be so cool when this. I can't wait to see this become an actual city and just see all the action. And oh man, I can't wait. I cannot wait. It's gonna be so, yeah. All right, I'll stop for now. Now that we've got the sunken part running straight through the town, the city, sorry. I have to decide what to end the stretch of highway, because I wasn't, at least not initially, thinking of building a bridge here. We've already got a bridge over here, and of course we've got this bridge over here as well, crossing this body of water. So I think an extra bridge here might just be a little too much. I haven't quite decided on that yet, so if you got any suggestions here, please leave a comment. I'm open to all kinds of things. We could also try and build like a really cool custom tunnel. Oh man, that could be really cool. Maybe we should do that. Anyways, suggestions, throw it in the comments. I'll make sure to read it. One thing we can do now that we've got the highway stretching through downtown and sunken like this, is that we'll of course need to create some on and off ramps so that you can actually depart the highway and you can enter it as well. So yeah, let's just get going with that. And here we're gonna do something a little more special, a little unconventional, maybe even. I think it would be more fun if we tried to get a connection from this road instead, if possible. It's gonna be a little wonky, I foresee, but we'll try. We'll give it a shot and see what we've got to work with here. Yeah, it's gonna be a little weird. We'll see. I'm just trying to see if I can create something that's just a tiny bit more unique than a super ordinary connection, basically. You never know why they might have chosen to build this instead of connecting from this road or this road, but choose to connect from this small avenue instead. But there's a story behind everything, right? So why not? That's what I'm thinking. Then we can have the pillar here in this median. And we'll of course need to lower this actually. This is gonna be very interesting. And we'll see if it's in a good way. Alright, so that's not actually too bad, I feel. If we lower this just a bit, and we lower this road just a bit, and maybe over... Nah, that's actually... Yeah, we can lower it a bit, and then just adjust the sloping of the node by just clicking on it. There you go. Cool. I think this adds just a bit more character than doing a more ordinary one. And for now, I'm not gonna build any more, I think, on-ramps to the highway. I think it's fine, we've got this one, and then if we are to build another one, it will be down here somewhere, I think. And now that we've got some more ramps, I think that especially for this middle section, we're better adhere to some lane mathematics and just make sure that it's a free laner throughout this little stretch. So we're just gonna grab another free lane section here, and we're just gonna upgrade. And like before, and this time we hopefully get it right. If we use node controller and we hold shift, we can click this corner and make it adjust to this corner. And we can of course do the same over here, align this to this, and so on and so forth. And there you go, should be perfectly aligned. That looks pretty sweet, I think. Now I know this next set of on and on ramps is gonna be completely overkill, but they're fun to make. I'm so sorry. We're gonna build another one, and yeah, this time around it might be a little too excessive. We're starting to have quite a few ramps for what is still not much of a city, at least. So that's interesting. That's certainly... Whoa, what is going on here? Lord have mercy. We got a cheeky little extra node here. So that was wonky. We'll just make sure this is upgraded to an overpass section again. Great, and then we'll make some more connections to the highway because they just look so cool. All right, it's not that bad actually. I think is my conclusion. It's not actually that bad, but it's not great either. We need to raise this even more, I think. There's just no at least to this level. So I guess to compensate, we're gonna cheat a bit and raise this. Which, yeah, I guess that makes a lot of sense actually. Makes it look a little better. Maybe I'm just coping mechanism, you know. But I think this is also a cool little interchange we got going here. A cool set of off and on ramps at least. Next up, I think we're gonna grab this road and make it run underneath this overpass and connect up here. And if you feel that's weird, then I'm completely on board with that. But yeah, I guess I just feel that weird adds a little character, right? Roads should make you ask some questions. Such as, what the hell were they thinking? Which I guess this road would make you ask. So there's that. I'm just gonna adjust this pillar ever so slightly. There you go. Yeah. Okay, so this is quite a weird area, but I just like to have some quirkiness mixed in, and we can always change this later if needs be. I guess there'd have to be some sort of funny story behind those particular roads and why the network looks like this in here. But yeah, generally I'm pretty happy with what we've managed to do with the highway in this episode. It feels like the infrastructure expansion, or the infrastructure that we initially built in the recent episode of this city, has just been expanded a lot. And I really feel it adds, it's really been worth it. And yeah, like I said, I can't wait for this place to be populated and have buildings and cars and people and activity. Then this highway network is really gonna come to life, of course, which is gonna be fantastic. So I think what we're gonna end off with some simple intersection marking tool work, just to make a few of these connections look a little better. Yeah, good luck making sense of this one when you're just leaving the highway. Now, I'm in the lucky position that I've already made some pretty substantial markings for these transitions. If we go over to this really large highway interchange we have over here, you guys can see I've already got these. So this one splits from a 3-laner highway into a 2-laner and a 1-laner off-ramp, which of course enables me to basically just copy paste it and apply it over here. There you go, which is so cool. And I guess there's an additional place here we can apply it. Yep. No, I thought I was a little too quick there, because yeah, this actually doesn't turn into a 3-laner. Maybe we should fix that. Let's return and fix that one maybe. But we will just grab, we also got the other side of it. So let's see, we can grab this and use it here at least. We should be able to. I'm doing something completely wrong. There you go. And this transition from 2 lanes and 1 lane to 3 lane. We've got that as well. We've got it right here actually. So we'll just grab this. Here you go. We've actually got something here we can grab. 2 lanes into 2 lanes and an off ramp. I really love this interchange we built here. It's so snug. And yeah, gotta imagine these people have quite the location, right? Never mind. That's an entirely different subject. But this, of course, allows us to fill out the rest of these, which is fantastic. Even though they don't actually have the same fillers. So I think I'm gonna grab these fillers instead. They're a little more dominant than these. What do you guys think? I'm gonna go with these for now. But if you guys think these ones look much better, then let me know. Let me know. Now I know that you're supposed to like angle the chevrons a certain way, but I can't be bothered for now. I'm sorry. Let's just go over here and see what we've got. If we've got the other way around as well, and we actually do. Now to just finish off with the last bit of detailing, one thing I like to do to just kind of try and blend in these the textures we have at the nodes with the much more detailed concrete texture is to use these stains in an attempt to make the transition a little less harsh. And what we can do is we can select these and we can lower them ever so slightly just to make them a little less visible. So okay, that helped on the other side. Let's see here. And it's a little finicky to work with, but the end result is worth it in my mind. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Then we'll just randomly add a few of these stains as well, these decals, throughout the highway, so that the ones that we're using near these on and off ramp nodes don't stick out all too much. There you go. Alright guys, I think that settles it for this episode. I know it was just highways still, no residential, no commercial, no industry yet placed, but we're taking our time here, trying to really get the groundworks done and get a good foundation. And some of this really heavy infrastructure, highway, railway, stuff like that, we want to try and get that in place up front this time around, because it's probably gonna make it a little easier to kind of steer the city and the development of the city in the direction that we want to. But I think we actually got a ton done in this episode, which is really nice. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am in seeing where we can take this city. As always, if you enjoy my comment, you can promote me through the YouTube algorithm or whatever you'd say by, of course, liking, writing a comment if you have something to share, subscribing and enable notifications if you don't want to miss any content. And I think that's probably all I have to say this evening. It's been a ton of fun working with this infrastructure, and it seems like we are pretty close to having a good foundation of infrastructure to start really building the city. But we'll see. We can always change things up, and I can't wait to read you guys' comments on what you think so far. So without further ado, have a great evening or day or whatever time it is where you're from, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.